and this is even in the church, when you're really being blessed, people will look at you and make fun of you or put you down because God's hand is upon you, because you are listening to God and you're making decisions and God is blessing you right and left and right and left, and they say, wait a minute, you know, they'll get mad at God. Why in the world? I've seen so much jealousy in the church. I went to places to preach, and ministers of the gospel plainly tell me, say, you need to take your jacket off. We don't even wear jackets in here. Why are you dressed like that? I'm dressed like that because God blessed me. You see what I'm talking about? I went to places like that, and it shows that, and they don't even have a clue that we didn't have a penny to our name or nothing like that. But they come against just the very presence of you when God blesses you. This is, it's time to be independent.
Amen.
We're talking about Independence Day. It's time to step out and say, God, I believe your word. You know, I don't believe this stuff about I've got to be broke and be poor to be holy. I'm sorry, but Abraham and them wasn't. You understand? And therefore I don't have to be. You see, I may not have nothing right now, but I'm working on it.
Amen.
And I just keep trusting God because His Word don't change. Can you understand? His Word does not change. It's the same way with America. We can give up on America and it will fall. But if we will stand and back America and love America and undergird and pray for our soldiers and undergird them in everything that we can do and let our prayers be with them and lift them up and walk in His statutes. Not only observe them, but do them. Bless God. Do them. America can be changed. America can be changed. I know what the Bible says, and I know how it's preached. Well, America's not even in the end time. Well, I'm sorry. I see America there. I can't agree with them. You see, I see that. I see America strong there. And I'm going to preach that because I see it. You see, I know we've messed up a lot, but I'll guarantee you, I would a whole lot rather live here than anywhere. You understand? Let's look right here. And the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, the fruit of thy ground, in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers to give thee. The Lord shall open unto thee His good treasure, the heaven, to give the rain unto thy land in his season, and to bless all the work of thy hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. You see, you can't rob Peter to pay Paul and be blessed in God's kingdom. You can't do it. I'm sorry. You see, there comes a time it'll catch up with you. We all make mistakes, but you have to knuckle down and say, listen, I know this sounds good, but I need a plan here. And God's plan tells me that I won't borrow. I'll be the head and not the tail. I will lend and not borrow. I had some kids when I was pastoring a few years ago that grabbed a hold of this right here. And they were blessed out their socks, buddy. Every time I turned around, those little kids would be bringing somebody $1 or $2 and laying it in their hands. And they'd say, what is this for? I just wanted to bless you. God said, I was the lender and not the borrower. And every time they turned around, they had money in their pockets. And I'm talking about poor kids. But it didn't matter. God's law is God's law. Can we understand? It's not about borrowing. He said, I didn't make you to borrow. I made you to give. You'll be the lender and not the borrower. The United States used to be the lender and not the borrower. Now, the deficit is so great upon him. But I can tell you something. Regardless, he's still God. He still knows the outcome. He still knows it. Where are you at in this situation? Where are you at? Well, Brother Mike, you don't know where I'm at. You don't understand. I have to borrow. No, you need a plan. We need a plan to get out from under this. It's a bondage. It's a bondage. It's like with this church right here. When I come here, and we had started making plans to buy this, and I told Mel, and then was talking to me to start with about buying the building, buying the church, and I told him, I said, when we get the money to buy this, we'll buy it. When we get the money to put down to where it can be less, the payment will be much less than where we're at renting, because I cannot stick you in bondage. I can't stick the church in bondage. You understand? You may decide to leave next week. The church is still here. You see what I'm talking about? I can't. Now, you can't always wait, but there's a difference in something that you can afford and something that you cannot afford. You understand? There's a big difference. You see, there's some things. Dean and I had to buy a little bitty car because we could afford $243 a month instead of $543 a month. Our credit was good enough, they tried to sell us something much bigger. But I told them, I said, you don't understand. I can't afford that. I'm not placing us under bondage to that. This is what America has done that has hurt herself, is to place herself under bondage of debt. And this is what hurts us. This is what hurts us. I tell my wife, I'd rather have a $200 and something payment and be able to go buy a hamburger next week. I don't need it. But still, I'd rather be able to do that than to pay the outrageous price and can only go out once a month. Are you comprehending what I'm talking about right here? God said, I would rather you be the lender and not the borrower. Where has America failed? Pretty simple, isn't it? Let's look a little bit further here. I'll be through here in a minute. He shall eat of the fruit of the cattle and the fruit of the land until thou be, am I in the right place? Yeah, destroyed, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, oil, increase of thy kind. I'm not there. I'm in the wrong place. Sorry. The wrong verse. Go back. Pick up verse 12.